IQ, awesome volleyball sports.
Yeah, I don't really have too much to complain other than I wish they went deeper with certain characters, but that's small though. Like the fan base have destroyed my perception of My Hero so bad that I don't even want to watch it anymore. You know?
I was like, bro, just enjoy. Just be grateful they actually adapted the season, and it's a great adaptation so far. Just be grateful for that. That's the only problem I have with it. But Attack on Titan, masterpiece. I just love it. Hey, what is up, YouTube? And welcome back to the channel. My name is Jose.
My name is George, and today we're doing something a little different, pretty different. We haven't done this on our channel. Today we're gonna do our hot takes or unpopular opinions, however you want to take it. I think it's more like hot takes than unpopular opinions on certain shows that have been on top for the past 5 years.
I think y'all got a general idea of what shows those are.
Yeah, I mean, I just looked up top animes past 5 years, and we're going off of that. So don't blame me for if your show isn't on here. It's like, what you mean that one show that I've only watched isn't on here? Like, no.
Maybe we can make another list, another video.
Like popular opinion. I don't know. You just give us some feedback, and we'll try to get into it. Next show we're gonna get into is Haikyuu. I still haven't watched the latest season or the second part. So
Haikyuu. Oh man. Maybe because I was just we were just athletes. We just connected like straight up with this show. Because we knew what it felt like. We knew what we had to go through. So overall, it was just... And I love playing volleyball too. So off rip, it was just like, yeah, this is my show. But I didn't... Like, when I first watched IQ, I didn't think it would take you that deep into like emotional stuff. Like, okay, the team's breaking apart. These two people are like... not connected no more. Just like a bunch of like moral stuff going on. So that kind of like brought me even more into it than what it was. And the emotional impacts it had from different types of scenes, like Suki's blog, that one just literally made me cry. I had to rewatch that scene multiple times, and I cried every single time. So I'm like, okay, this show emotionally attached me so much. So this show for me would just be like one of my top anime.
I thought it was just dope. I think it's one of those like where the fans kind of took it a little bit too far with this one too, but it's one of the things you're gonna get with it being a mainstream anime.
Popular anime.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. It just I guess my only take or thing I wish they would have done is gone a little bit deeper with the side characters, some of the side ones from Date Tech. I think that's what they call like the wall. They got deeper with the setter from other school.
Oh, Kawa.
Yeah.
Okay. So I always call him K-pop because he's like a pretty boy. It's funny, but yeah.
Then I still haven't finished like the second part of season 4 was 4. So.
Oh man, I'm just waiting for it. I don't want to for this show. I don't want to read anything because I would just want to watch anime only for this show. If it was another anime, I'd be reading the heck out of it. But for this show, I just want to experience it visually. So that's why I'm just waiting patiently.
Yes. So I just think if they went a little bit deeper with certain characters, it would be better. Like, it's cool. I don't have any complaints about it. Like, I really enjoyed the openings. Season 3 was amazing. Was it season 3? When they faced it against that one school with the top player?
Yeah, with Ushiwaka.
Yeah.
Shiro Torizawa.
Yeah.
Shiro Torizawa.
Yeah, that was a really good season, and I don't really have any complaints to that other than I wish they went deeper with certain characters, but I think...
Like those 3 dudes from Karasuno. IQ, awesome volleyball sports.
Yeah, I don't really have too much to complain other than I wish they went deeper with certain characters, but that's small though. My Hero Academia.
My Hero Academia.
Hot take. Opinion, doesn't matter.
Alright, so we got number 1, My Hero. The show that everyone watches. What do you think?
Here's my thing. Like, I don't think it's a hot take. I think it's a very popular opinion. Yeah. But My Hero isn't a bad show. I think it's just ruined by the fan base. I think that's what ruined the show in a sense. Because I started watching when season 2 just finished, I think. So I watched season 1, season 2, and the fan base was cool. Like, hey, look, this show's like really good. Like, you just can't wait for the manga. But like, I think everyone caught on after season 3. And it's like everyone's like, oh my god, it's the best show ever. Like, there's nothing like as good as this. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you smoking? Like, so I don't think it's a bad show. I think the fan base destroyed anything like valuable from the show. To me, at least, because like now I don't even want to watch season 5 because like it's not even that good. Like the fan base have destroyed my perception of My Hero so bad that I don't even want to watch it anymore. You know?
I don't know. I mean, for me, it was definitely one of the first animes I watched. I was like, yeah, this is the best show ever. Because it was like the second anime I've ever watched. First season was just plain out amazing. It was just super amazing. From season 1 to season 2, I can't say anything about it. But from then on, how you said about how the fan base and this and that, and it just, I don't know, it just still a good, amazing show.
I think it is because it's like one of those entry level animes. Mm-hmm. But I don't understand it though, because Death Note is considered an entry level anime. I think it's not overpraised or anything like that. I don't understand it. But I think it also brings us to the second anime we're about to talk to, which is Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. Okay, so Attack on Titan for me is a masterpiece. I don't know, just the writing overall. The only thing I have a problem with is the fan base. The fan. Okay.
I think that's the issue we're running into with a lot of these.
Everything I see like on Twitter, on the internet, it's like especially with this new season where the new studio adapted it. What was it? Mappa, right? Mappa?
Yeah, something like that.
How it changed overall. Okay, they did an amazing job entirely for sure, but some fans were going at the
company, right?
At the company, at the people there, giving them like threats saying they didn't do this off the manga, this and that. I was like, bro, just enjoy, just be grateful they actually adapted the season, and it's a great adaptation so far. Just be grateful for that. That's the only problem I have with it. But Attack on Titan, masterpiece. I just love it.
I think the same thing happened to me with like My Hero with Attack on Titan, where it's like, this one's more like it's been overhyped to death. Because like if you remember back then when the first one came out, I think it was overhyped, but like well deserved because I don't think we've seen anything like that. Like Titans are like ruling.
It was refreshing.
They're just like an island, and like the only way to fight it is through like these like jetpacks type of things with swords, specialized swords. So like at the time, like what? Like we never seen anything like that. And we saw the hype die down with season 2. Like it wasn't talked about nearly enough. I'm like, okay, I'll probably get season 2 at like a watch after a while. And I think season 3 came out. That's when the hype kind of began. Like it just ramped up. Then like and they announced season 4, and that's when like it went to an all-time high. Then like I never really heard Attack on Titan was the best show ever until like season 4, like the end of season 3 had had happened. So I'm out here like, what are you talking about? Like, I wasn't saying this before. Like I'm like, I know that you have overtime, you begin to develop. But I think it's more like people start on it, so they have to say it's their favorite, like it's like the best of all time. I think I disagree because even though the writing is good, the animation is good, I feel like there's some things I find issues with. Like to me, season 4 was adapted good, but I found it confusing in the very beginning because I didn't know what was happening. Like I just finished season 3, and I went on season 4, and it's like, what's going on?
I had to rewatch actually. Remember I told you I had to rewatch so I can get it because I was completely lost. So I actually rewatched from season 1 all the way through season 4, and I was already caught up to the end of season 3, and I had to rewatch it because I was completely lost.
Yeah, like season 3, like I think I finished it, and I think I had a month to go to season 4, so it's still fresh in my mind. And I go into season 4, and I'm confused. I'm like, wait, what did I just miss? Do I have to go back and rewatch season 3? But no, it's just like how they went out. Like I'm not quite sure how the manga went, but it felt like out of order. It's like I'm not quite sure what it was. But to me, it's a great show. Like it deserves to be in top, conversation. But like I think it's too overpraised. I think like I get that it should get its flowers, but I think it's just getting like too it's getting overwatered. If that makes sense. Like they're getting their flowers, but they're getting overwatered, and I think that's where it's ruining the flowers that it deserves. So I think that's what I truly mean. Because I give I give the show its flowers because it's amazing. I kept open every night. I go on Twitter, see after a new episode came out, I go and I look at everyone's reaction.
Talking about.
I was deeply invested in but the way some people talk about it is like it's the best show ever. I just have to disagree. But I think that's just a different thing. But how many people say it's their favorite show? It's like, well, I disagree. Next show we're gonna talk about is One Punch Man.
One Punch Man, number 3 on our list. One Punch Man, actually, this dude actually, you told me to watch it, right?
I think so. That was my first ever anime. I watched it because I thought it was a cartoon. Like I was watching Adult Swim. Like, oh, One Punch Man, that looks super dope as a cartoon. I'm like, I'm gonna give it a watch. And next thing you know, I learned as an anime. I'm like, oh, anime.
What is that?
Like I used to clown on my friend for watching anime.
Dude,
then next thing you know, I started watching anime by coincidence, and next thing you know, I'm here.
I would clown on this dude all the time.
Yeah,
now we here. But One Punch Man, it's a freaking funny gold mine for me. It was just a good feel show overall. I enjoyed every second of it. It just throughout the whole I only watched season 1.
Yeah, I only seen season.
So throughout the whole season, it was just smiles. So it was a definitely good feel. I feel like everybody has come across One Punch Man. I feel like, or like even like people who haven't, like
they at least heard the song, right?
Heard of, or something like that. But yeah, definitely a feel good show. I
think the only critique is, since I haven't watched season 2, is just how season 2 was handled. From when they released it, like all the information. When they switched studios and like every little bit they released from that studio wasn't even near what season 1 was. So that turned off like a lot of the fan base. Like the casual ones are just like, oh, One Punch Man has really like the best animation.
Yeah,
and it's funny. So now you take away one of the things it needs, like the anime, because if the story isn't there, really, they're just there to make you laugh and you see something beautiful. So now you take one of the things that makes it One Punch Man and you take it away. It's like, what's the point of watching it? Like if I want to watch something funny, I'll go watch a comedy like Konosuba.
Every time I hear funny, I just think Konosuba. I don't know, it's just weird.
There's a bunch of like other funny animes, so why should I waste my time with a bad animation? I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just like not even like close to what it was previous. So I think that's the issues. I think, or like the take I have with One Punch Man is like, I feel like it's a one-hit wonder, but not because of the fans, but I think it's because of the studio crossover. And I don't blame the studio. It's just that you can't compete with that level of animation. It's just really hard. So
One Punch Man still.
Don't get me wrong. Season 1 is amazing. Like that one's you should go watch it if you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, for sure.
I highly recommend. Next one, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Biggest complaint, or I guess opinion, is that I think it's pretty much almost perfect. The one thing I think it's unpopular is that I don't think they screwed up the dog scene. With when they turned the daughter into a dog. I know a lot of people complain that it was too short and you don't get the full impact as you did with the first one. But I think you still get almost the same amount. Of course, you don't get the full because that one was stretched out like 3 or 4 episodes or whatever. But I think you still get the same impact of how alchemy can be used in a different way other than for.
They got to the point. They just like, okay.
Yeah, like how far it can really go. So I think that's I guess something that's not popular is that I think they didn't mess up the daughter scene. So I think that's it. Because that one was like I think that's almost like a perfect show. Like
when that one scene where that guy died in the phone booth. That made me cry. That's all I can think about right now. Where he had like a little girl.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just the scene. Some of the scenes were so emotionally well done. I don't think I have anything to say about it, honestly.
Yeah, that was I guess my big it's so small, but like I know a lot of people take that one to heart because it's like in the first Full Metal that was a big part. And like for them to fit it into one episode, it's like, oh, they didn't care type. I think it still had the same impact, but I think that's all we really have. But next one, last one, Hunter.
Oh, Hunter
x Hunter.
Hunter. Dude, I haven't even finished the show yet. George over here.
Yeah, it's my top 3 anime. But like, here's my complaint. Great Island. I think a lot of people agree with this, but Great Island is one of the worst arcs. Not ever, but like it's literally the worst arc, hands down, in the show. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh no, the last arc on the anime is worse," but like, no, at least I cared. Like, at least he had something different. Like, this one's just so like booty cheeks. And also, I think a lot of people are gonna disagree, but I do think like the first arc, like where you're introduced to Killua and all these characters, it was really one of the better arcs of the show. A lot of people were like, "No, it's basic. You're not doing anything." But I think it's one of the better arcs. Then I still think Chimera Ant was the best arc. Then you had your that tower, the tournament.
Yeah, that's
where you Killua
that.
and Gohan went through the tournament, and then they learned how to use Nen. Then you had the Phantom Troop arc, which was really dope. One thing I didn't really like is the different characters they introduced with Kurapika. I think some of them were like, like they weren't good characters. I think that's what kind of ruined the arc, because like the action was there, Kurapika's backstory and the motive was there, but like the characters that were there, like that dog sitter or whatever, it's like why, But I still really enjoy. I think it's the second best arc in the show.
Yeah. But
those are some of my gripes, I guess, or opinions on it. That the first arc isn't as bad as people say. I think it's one of the better arcs. Then the Greed Island was just utter garbage. I don't think there's anything really good from it other than what they learned a couple more Den abilities and how to master it. But that's about it. Like the villain, trash. That dodgeball thing, it was okay for for 1 or 2 episodes.
The dodgeball thing. What was the dodgeball? I think I've seen the scene of it.
Like, I think they drug it out like 4 or 5 episodes. I'm like, why? Like,
drag it out.
It's like, what's the point of it? Like, I didn't see the point of it, but I think that's about it. I think that's all I could say about it. It's still one of my favorite animes, but it has some key issues though.
I can't really say much about it since I haven't even finished half of it. So
that's all. Like, in terms of top animes, that's what we have got. And also, if you have any more animes you would like to hear our opinions on, or like our hot takes or anything like that, leave them down in this, in the comment section. You're like, where's Naruto? Where's One Piece? Like,
just let us know if you want that.
Like, what are we gonna to be honest? What are we gonna say that that no one else has said? You know what? Yeah. Like, we're gonna sound similar. Like, oh, it's perfect, or it's like there's too much filler. It's like everything that sounds similar. Or the Sasuke is a bad character. Like, people say stuff just to say something different, but like, what can you say? Like, but if you want us to say something, we'll say something. But comment section, let us know. Give us your opinions. I want to hear your opinions on these shows that we talked about today. Give us your gripes or your opinions or your hot takes or what you loved about the show. We want to hear what you loved about them, and tell us what you about the shows. Yeah. But other than that, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and
go follow our socials down below in the description, and that'll be it. And see you on the next video. Peace.